everybody is muted too. Let me just make sure. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I have a little PowerPoint that I wanted to share with you guys. So, okay, this is called Defining Your Roles. How do I share this? Sorry, you think I would have all this down by now. Okay. Okay, can y'all see that? Yeah, okay. I don't know how to make it go bigger. There we go. Okay, I lost y'all, so forgive me, I can't see you. Okay, so defining your roles. How many of you feel like you wear like a ton of hats, right, in life? Your moms, you work full time. Your wives, you have best friends and happy hours that you want to hit up. You have weekend DIY projects. You've got kids and extracurriculars, whatever it is. Like, we all feel like we wear all these hats, and I know I do. And part of that's my own fault because I'm the yes woman, and I like to say yes to everything because I have FOMO, and I don't want to miss out on anything. If you're that way too, it's probably because you don't know how to say no, or you don't know how to like cut yourself off, right? There's always something new to try. There's always a new restaurant. There's always a new place to shop. There's always this new website that you can go check out. And then in the Beachbody world, there's always a new workout. There's always a new program. There's always a new training that you can hop on, or another call, or, it's like everything. And we just live in this social world where everything's thrown at you, and you're like, whoa, you either dabble in all of it or you don't do any of it, right? Like, at least that was me. It was like, I want to do everything or nothing. And so I want to try to talk through, how to quit adding things to your plate. And so this acronym, WTF, like, what the focus? Like, let's get focused on what's important to you. Let's make this an interactive call and figure out what is important to you. What is your priorities in life? And then how can this business be on that list? And still be successful and effective and efficient in that business, this business, Beachbody, right? Whatever you're calling it, so that it's successful for you and that it works for you. So, WTF, what the focus? Let's define some roles. How do I click next? Sorry. I went to the big screen. There we go. Okay, so defining the roles in your life. We love to be busy as humans, as Americans. It like gives us this sense of like importance and feeling accomplished, but it's really a false sense of accomplishment. And the reason why it is because you can't be good at everything. You can't, like, maybe you can, maybe you're Superwoman, but I feel like you either forget things or you run through it too fast because you have this like ongoing to-do list, or whatever it is. You just sign up for too many things, and some things get forgotten, some things don't get done. And so when we tend to like take on things and feel busy, and that's the response I get from half the messages. Oops. Can someone move their line? That's okay. I get messages from people all the time, and that's the first thing that they say. Oh, I'm so busy. Sorry, I didn't get back to you. And I tend to use that too. Like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm just responding. I'm so busy. And yes, we're all busy, but it's a false sense of accomplishment, because honestly, it's like when you try to multitask. When you try to multitask, you're doing several tasks at one time, and you're not really giving that one task your full energy, your full effort, your full focus. So what the focus, right? When you can single task, you can give that one task all the energy, all the, attention, get it done effectively and efficiently, and then move on to the next. And it's the same thing with being busy. Like, when we keep adding more things to our plate, it's actually working against us, and we're not getting as much done, because you can't be amazing at everything in life. You can't be amazing at, I'll use me for example. I can't be an amazing mom, an amazing wife, an amazing cook, an amazing chore person, an amazing business owner, and an amazing PTA mom, and an amazing soccer coach for the kids all at the same time. I just can't. There's just no way. I don't have enough hands. I don't have enough brain power. My brain would be mush. And I would probably pass out from being too tired. But you can be extraordinary and really good at a few things. And so this is going to go in like seasons of life, okay? I'm not talking like, you know, you've got to define this and it's got to be the end all, right, of what you're going to be doing. Like, you just have to look at what's going on in your life now, and we're going to trim the fat, okay? And like, think of a piece of steak, or I like to use the analogy of a plate, and it kind of works really well with with 2B mindset right now because of the plated, you know, she talks about the plated mentality and stuff, that there's no, I want to put the disclaimer out there. There's no right or wrong way to build this business.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing what works for me, okay?
I know.
Can someone mute their line, please? I muted everybody. We can hear somebody on the line. So think of a plate, and you know, like, it's in sections, right? You've got your carbs, you've got your proteins, you've got your fruits, your veggies, and that's the roles that you're going to be taking on in your life, okay? And there's only room for so many food groups, so you've got to keep that in mind. So we're going to be talking about 5 to 7 roles here, okay? And you've got to think about what's going on in your life right now, the season of life that you're in right now. And I want you to sit down right now and make a list of, who are you? Like, what are the roles that you currently play right now? So pull out a pen and paper and start writing down things that you are. A mother. Here, I'll go to my list. I'll go to the list. In life that you are, like, right now. What makes you feel important right now? What makes you feel special? What makes you feel proud? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? And think about that and write it down in your notes. Are you a daughter? Are you about to be an aunt? Are you a fitness instructor? Are you a gardener? Are you, like, what are the things that you do on the daily, every weekend, every week, that you're a part of, that are taking up time in your day, but that you enjoy doing, or that you don't enjoy doing? And make a list. I can't see y'all, so I'm just going to give you like a few seconds, few minutes, to make a minute or so to make a list. I want this to be a little bit of an interactive call, so that y'all can kind of do along with me. So think about these things as you're writing it down. You know, is this something that makes you happy? Do you have time for this in your life? Is it helping move your business forward? And do you have room for it on your plate? Okay. So this is like your list of every hat that you wear in your life, okay? And now I want you to narrow it down, and you can come back to this list. So I just wanted to make sure that you have a space in your notes. It's like, make a list. And then you can come back and add to it as things come up. But now I want you to narrow it down. And here's how we do that. We're going to narrow it down to 5 or 6 roles. Any more, or 7, I guess 5 to 7. I picked 6. No more than that, because then you just get too busy and you don't do anything. You can kind of like throw your hands up in the air like the emoji, right? It's like, I just have too much going on. I'm too busy, and things start to suffer. Whether it's relationships or your business or yourself or your full-time job or your kids or whatever, something starts to suffer. So keep it to 5 to 6 roles that define you in your life right now, the season of life that you're currently in. These roles, they can change, obviously. And they're not ranked. So it's not like number 1 has to be wife because I married my husband first. Number 2 has to be kids because they came second. Number 3 has to be whatever. Like, they don't have to be ranked. Just list out, narrow it down to the 6 that you, or 6, 7 that you feel are most important right now in your life. Can someone mute their line? I think someone got on. We've got some feedback. Thank you. And then don't cram roles together. I'm very, I'm very guilty of doing that. Like the mom role, it doesn't need to encompass like if you're gonna pick mom role, then define that like dissect it even more. So maybe it's caregiver, or maybe it's mentor to your kids, or maybe it's the home cook or the home cleaner or whatever. Like maybe that, like define it a little bit more than just mom, because you don't want to cram all this stuff together, because then it defeats the purpose of trying to help you break free of some of these things that you've put on your plate. And then the beauty of it is that you decide what stays and goes. You get to decide if you want to keep, you know, whatever niece on the list. If maybe you don't have a great relationship with your niece or your aunt, and you're like, what? This is a time suck. This is an energy suck. Like this isn't a two-way relationship. I get to take it off my list. It's not going to be one of the roles that I give 110% every day. So that's what's cool, is that you get to decide what stays and goes. Okay, so I'm going to take you through my examples, or what I did, so that we can kind of talk through it together, and then I might throw out a hot seat for somebody. So be ready. Okay, so here's my rules. Here's the things that I put down that just kind of came off the spur of my head. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a woman of faith, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a niece, I'm a friend, I'm a runner, I'm a fitness guru, I'm a business owner, I'm a community giver, I'm a cousin, I'm a military spouse, I'm a marketing researcher, I'm a blogger, a networker, social engagements, and a family girl. So these are the ones I jotted down really fast that kind of fulfill me at this point in my life. But they all can't take up my plate. That's like a lot going on, right? Oh my gosh, that would make me see cross-eyed if I was trying to do every single one of these things all the time. So I had to make the cut, right? I had to say what stays, what goes. What am I going to keep around that's going to bring me joy, that's going to bring me happiness, make me feel fulfilled in my life, be an equal road, if you will. So a two-way road. It's like I'm not just me that's sucking energy out of me or sucking life out of me, and it's fun, because I like fun, and I think life should be fun. So here's what made the cut for me. Number one, best friend to my husband, and it's not number one because it's like the first thing that I have to do every single day, or the first thing that, you know, is the top priority on my list. Yes, it's a priority, but it's not necessarily ranked, okay, right? We don't have to rank these, but yes, my husband is my best friend. And so I want you to think about these things as you're cutting your list down. When outside things come up, like a girls' night out, or a bunko, or a poker night, you know, for my husband, for example, we are so important to each other, and that is such a priority to us, our relationship, that most of the time we don't do it. If it doesn't include both of us, like on a date night, double date night, or a group outing, it's probably not going to happen. And if it does, it's like, you know, once a month, because that's important to us. That's how we define our relationship. So him as my best friend, I know, like, hey, if it doesn't include him, I'm probably not going to do it. So it's easy for me to like say no to some of those things that I get invited to, or events that come up, because it takes away from my list, right? My rules. Number two is mother and mentor to my kids. Very important to me. I love my kids, obviously, and I've always dreamed of being a mom, and now I get to be a stay-at-home / work-at-home mom. But mentoring my kids, being able to read to them, being able to do homework with them, being able to be the example for them. So that kind of mentoring, especially with my daughter, especially as she's growing through, you know, these ages where it's like you want to be there and help mold her. That is important to me. So, you know, things that come up that interfere with that role, it's easy for me to say no to, because I know what my priority is. I know what's going on my list. CEO of my business, that includes my team calls. You know, these are important to me. These are important to the team. Working my business. So I know if a lunch date pops up every now and then, okay, that's fine. That's great. I will make time for those types of things. But if it's during a really important call, like a call that I have every Monday, like the National Wake Up Call, or my mastermind call that I'm on every Monday with my colleagues, I'm not going to miss it. Like, I signed up, like, this is on my list for a reason. It's a priority to me, so I'm going to show up. I'm not going to just keep putting it on the back burner and like, yeah, let's go to lunch. Yeah, let's go shopping. Yeah, that's when I'm going to run my errands. And then on the flip side, it has to fit into my day, my schedule. And because it's on the list, I make it a priority, and I know that it's like it's an appointment for me, or it's a part of, it's an important part of my day, my week, my month. Woman of faith, and this is a really important thing to me, being a Christian, and like I said, wanting to mentor my kids and raise them with a faith-based upbringing, and so I need to be a woman of faith to be able to teach that and to lead that. And so going to church and being a part of a Bible study group that meets every Tuesday night, and it's at 8:30 at night. So it's out of the way of, being a mentor to my kids. They're already in bed. My husband has his free night that night, so he gets to kind of take care of himself, which manager of self is the next one. And it fulfills me being able to, have other women to connect with, and have prayer requests and talk about struggles that we're having, and know that they've got my back and understand. Manager of self is, it might sound selfish, but I know that I've got to take care of myself, and I know how important downtime is for me, and being able to like have me time. I know that that's important, and if it wasn't on my list, I would be running around ragged. So manager of self, getting some alone time, whether it's a pedicure, in the afternoon, or a workout by myself, or a vacation to Mexico by myself. And then family girl. Family is super important to me. Many of you know the story of losing my dad 4 years ago, and that just has become like a super big part of my life, even more than it already was, being present with my Texas family. And so thanks to this business and, prioritizing it, I've been able to spend a lot more time with them. So even things like calling them, like I make time to call and text my friends every day. I make time to, when I'm home, to see the people that are important to me. And I make time to travel to go see my family, and make time for them to come out here and see us. So that is a role that I've had to create within my life that's important to me. So things that didn't make the list, here's some things that didn't make the list, and I want to talk about that. I used to write for the New Orleans Moms blog. When we are a military family, and we move around a lot. So we used to live in New Orleans. It's where my daughter was born. And I got asked to be the health and fitness contributor for the New Orleans Moms blog. It was an awesome opportunity. I just started Beachbody. I was like, oh, wow, this should be easy. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was very hard. I had to learn the application, the WordPress system, self-taught, and come up with so much content. Like it got really busy for me, and took up a lot of my time. So I wasn't getting to be mom first or wife first. I was focused on this, and maybe if I had stuck with it, it would have done something, but it wasn't really contributing to my happiness or my success in my business. So it had to go. And it was a fun thing to be a part of. I met a lot of cool people. I even, had a few customers here and there, but it wasn't one of those like income producing activities that I felt I needed to stay connected with. And like I said, it was time suck. It was just sucking so much out of me, energy with coming up with content and all that. Social engagements are another one. Being a military family, we do move around a lot, so we've always got pockets of friends everywhere we move. But if, like I said, if it doesn't include a group outing where my husband can come with me, it's rare that I go, because that is special time for me. So I've given up things like, girls' nights out or girls' weekends. When they're here and there, it's okay. But, every weekend, no. Or pulling the kids out of school early to head to the beach. Yeah, maybe, but not every weekend. Trade shows, community events, PTA. I was like the number one the homeroom mom. Like I wanted to be that. And I found that it's a lot of work. And I've realized that that doesn't make me happy. So I've cut being the homeroom mom, but now I'm the buy snacks and send them to school with my daughter. Like, they know to call me if they ever need snacks or drinks or plates or any of that kind of stuff for parties that they're having. I am easy to fit that bill. It's easy for me to send that stuff in, and I can still contribute, but I'm not having to physically be in the classroom. I know that's important for some moms. The kids, it was just a lot. It took a lot out of me. And then I ended up being in the copy room making copies for the teachers instead of getting to like be at story time and read books. So, and then fit clubs. Fit clubs are a Beachbody function where you can bring people together and do workouts together. And I love that. I love being around people. I love helping and sharing our awesome products. But it was a time suck. It took time away from my family, which is on my list. It took time away from being a mother. It took time away from me. And it was a time suck for me too. It was a lot of energy on my part, a lot of setup and breakdown at the end of the day. So what was 1 hour of time ended up being like 3 hours of time on both ends. And it wasn't, like I said, income producing. So had to go. Military Spouse Advocacy Network. If you're not military, you probably don't even know what this is, but it's just a spouse network and committee that you can be a part of, or I got asked to be a part of, to help new spouses when they're welcomed into the Coast Guard. And it's an amazing network because as a new spouse, you're like, what is this what is this military life like? And so many questions and so much travel. I didn't have time. I didn't have time to do it. Military is definitely important to me. It's our lifestyle, of course. It's my husband's career, but I don't have time to do that. There was no room for that on my plate, so I had to cut it. Virginia Beach Market Council, another Beachbody thing. It's where Super Saturdays are hosted. It's the people that plan Super Saturdays and any kind of local events in your area. And when I moved here to North Carolina, Craig, my corporate mentor, asked me if I would be a part of it. And I was like, Craig, if it takes a lot of time, I'm not going to be able to do it. It's not the season of life for me. Virginia Beach is 2 hours away from me, and that pulls me away from my family. It pulls me away from my husband, and it even pulls me away from my business. Market councils do not build your direct team. They might influence it a little bit, but our teams are spread all over the country. So it doesn't specifically, grow and build your direct team. It just kind of helps the network, which I'm all about helping the network, but not when it takes up so much of my time. And then Tuesday MOPS. MOPS is like a mommy day out program for the daytime. And the moms meet and have Bible study while the kids are watched by one person at the church. And again, that's my time to work. Like, I need to be working, and I knew that was not going to work for me, which is why I did the evening Bible study. So I just wanted to run you guys through what this looks like in action. Like, when you make your list and when you cut it down and when you take things off or add things on or move things around, like, it's so important to define this stuff for you, especially if you're going to build this business and you're going to build it big and you're going to go hard. Like, you've got to have these definite like roles of what hats you're going to wear at what times, so that you don't get overly busy, you don't spread yourself too thin. You're able to say, no, I'm not going to be able to host that call for you guys, for your team this month, but maybe next month. I'm not going to be able to host whatever, this trade show, because it doesn't align with what hat I'm wearing or what hats I'm wearing this month or this year or this quarter or this season, however you're going to define it. When I sat down and did this, it just takes a weight off your shoulders to be able to say no, or to be able to say yes, that fits, that's perfect, that aligns with what I'm doing, or just to give yourself those paths of, okay, wait, so I'm a mentor to my kids. Is this mentoring yes, this is mentoring my kids. I'm in the right direction. It gives you direction. And if you're one of those that struggles with it, like I did, I struggled with always wanting to say yes, always wanting to be a people pleaser and make everybody happy, and not wanting to miss out on anything. But I found that when when I broke it down, when I dissected it, gave it definition, I actually like felt less like I was missing out because I was in more control of what I was doing, what was going on my plate, what I was putting into my day, into my schedule, and, you know, in my life. So that is just a quick run through. You have the content now. Now you can go through and make your list and, you know, watch this video again and see kind of how I walked through and, you know, did it for myself. But like the quote says, the secret of your success is found in your daily routine. It's found in you actually taking this and giving it action. Real results require real action. You have to actually do to see anything come out of it. And like I said earlier in the call, you can't do it all, but you can give it your all in each of these roles. So, you know, just don't spread yourself too thin and try to put too much on your plate. And that was an example of you know, I'm an example of someone that's a stay-at-home mom. I'm sure there's, you know, others on here that work full-time and have, you know, places where you can adjust. I haven't had to do that because I haven't been a full-time working mom since I've started my business. So, okay, so that's all I've got for, let me exit this show. I can't see anybody. Let's see, stop share. Okay. That's all I've got for the PowerPoint, but I was going to do a hot seat and run somebody through their roles, unless there's a volunteer. Does anybody want to share the 6 roles that if they're comfortable? I know it takes some time to kind of think about this stuff. Does anybody have theirs already defined out? Oh, my video's off. There we go. Here I am. Let me check the chat now. Don't be shy. Okay, well, the hot seat isn't really for the roles. It's if anybody wants a quick Facebook critique, I was going to offer that out. Otherwise, we can cut it short and we can be done by 9 o'clock, which is awesome. 30 minutes and done. And then here's the bonus for all of you that are on tonight. Tonight is the last night for the Ring the Bell for the Nikes for To Be Mindset Challenge Packs. So because you're on this call tonight, you get 2 extra drawings. Your name gets to go in 2 extra times. My assistant's going to be handling all of that. So your job, what you need to do is go to that post and write your name twice. And say, I was on the call, like do it twice. And you can get your name put in twice for that drawing for some Nikes. And I'm actually gonna do the Nikes and then 2 runner-ups. So you have a chance to win. There's like 3 chances to win. So be sure you do that tonight on the after the call. And then let's see. So I have a lot of volunteers. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, let's see. Casey Lynn was the first one. So if you want to hang out, you can. Otherwise, you're free to leave. I'm going to share my screen and do a just a quick run through. And I think this is just good to see like how other people are posting, what they're talking about. It gives us ideas and inspiration ourselves to kind of see how other people might be talking about To Be Mindset or their fitness journey or whatever. Casey, is it your personal page that you share on or your fitness page? Yeah, Crystal's right. Market Council is very cool, but it does not help build your business at all. Fitness page, okay. Casey Lynn. Let me share my screen. Okay. Mom in Progress. That's a cool name. I like that name. Oops. My click pad might be going out on me. Sorry about that. Okay. So we are on the downside to the weekend. We have a busy weekend trip I have a chat. Oh, okay. Her audio is not working, so she'll, okay. Okay, so you asked about the weekend. Here she is on Sunday, Mother's Day brunch. So I'm curious if this post got any action from you behind the scenes, because when you say put in the comments, and when you say let's chat, do people message you? Are people messaging you on this? And I think it's so important to talk about the business. We do not do that enough. Nobody does that enough. Talks about, working on our car, working from our phone, and just working the business in general. We talk a lot about our fitness. We talk a lot about our nutrition. We talk a lot about our kids, but we don't talk a lot. Like if you go to someone's page and they don't say anything about coaching, like as a business, then yeah, you need to be doing that more often. Okay, so good job on that. I love that you incorporate your husband. These types of posts get really good engagement when it's like the real you, like showing, your high school sweetheart, your husband. I feel like anytime I post with my husband in the picture, it gets way more traction than when it's just me. Okay, I loved this post. Interested in being one of my test groups, comment below to be considered. Awesome. So see, hey, even if you get one person, I think that is a win. Oops, let's see. I wonder too if you say comment below or message me, if people will feel more comfortable like messaging you. Oh my gosh, message blow up. And if they know to message you, but I loved that post. And I love that it's like in your room, you can see, like people love to see like what's going on, right? They love that. Okay, a live video with some meal prep. Obviously live video gets good engagement for you, Casey. Your normal mess. Hey, laundry can wait, right? I love that post. That was a cute post. Let's make it a great week. I'm not sure what you're talking about here, but it looks like you got a lot of engagement. So yeah, I think you have a good mix of stuff over here, Casey. A lot of fitness, but a lot of live video, which is good for Facebook right now. And, just life, like, getting to talk about payday. That's a good one. Throwing in a good mix of stuff. So I would say you are doing a great job. Okay. The to-be post that you challenged us to use. So I have, okay. So you got a lot of traction on the to-be post that I challenged you. Oh, yeah, the text one. Yeah, and I think that one is still working. I don't know where you posted it, but it's in the Sweat Society page. It's like I'm looking for 10 women that want to be a test group participant, something or other. That one I feel like you can use it again. If you've already used it, like, let's use it again. It works. She went from SC0 to SC14 in 1 week with that post. So it definitely pulls people in. And then that's how you get the conversations going. And they may not say yes right away, but we have scripts, and the scripts tend to work really well. You might have to change, out a few things. Okay, who else wanted to? Louisa. Okay, Louisa, you'll have to tell me what page you use. I don't know your last name from the chat. It just says your iPad. So Toro, is that you? I feel like I know you.
I think you may have to use, I mostly use my personal though. I'm not sure if you're.
Okay.
I can't see
This is you, right?
How come I can't see you? Hold on.
Oh, you can't see me? Okay.
Hold on. I must have touched something. Hold on. Okay.
I think
yes, that's me.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I've actually heard profile pages are where it's at right now. Because if you have a like page, it's just mine's not doing well, and I've talked to a lot of other leaders and they're not doing well. So bring it back over to the personal page where you've got I don't know how many friends you have, but because we're not friends yet. But
yeah, I do a lot of Instagram. I do use the business one or the like one, but I never get anybody really interacting in it. So I use my personal one a lot.
Yeah, that's great. See, this is a great poll. Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. Those of you seeking weight loss, do you have a nutrition dietitian working with you? That's a great idea. So how did this one go?
Good. I actually got 3 people to talk to me. I mean, most of the people actually do interact. It's when you start telling them, they just, I don't know what it is, but I just lose them after that. And I go back and I'm like, hey, do you still want to talk about it? And they just don't even respond to me.
Um, I know Ellen has some good follow-up scripts, and I've put some of the follow-up in my scripts too. I don't know where my To Be Mindset script is, but I just did a lot of follow-up yesterday. My keypad isn't working. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's like dead. And I'll share the follow-up message that I used.
I think I know. I mean, I kind of have an idea why my my business like page probably is not as interactive. Is honestly, I fail at putting any kind of family photos in there or putting more personal things. I make it too business like.
On your business page?
Yeah, on my like page.
Yeah, I know it has. Yeah, it has to be like think of it like a lifestyle blog. That's what I do. I try to
Yeah.
think of it like, sharing more lifestyle stuff. So yeah, Beachbody is part of your life and coaching is part of your life, but there's probably a lot more to you than
Yeah.
that. This is the post I was talking about that did really well. Maybe it was just too late for you. Um, excuse me. Maybe that's why it didn't get a lot of. Oh my gosh, I have a tickle in my throat. Haha, that's funny. I can relate to that. Gosh, excuse me. It's not going to go away. I like how you're sharing this. That's good. People can see that it's an event that they can join. And they can click like interested and get more information, it looks like, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. I don't know how many friends you have, but are your posts public?
Not on my personal.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
they are.
Okay. That might be
My
why the
my
traction.
Instagram, everything is public on Instagram, and I post
Okay.
there every single second.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I know a lot of people aren't excited about going public with everything on Facebook. Instagram's a lot easier to do that. And if you're building on Instagram and having a lot of success there, I'd say stick with that. But even just the fact that you're sharing, your journey over here is great. It would probably get a lot more traction if it was public, but I get it. I get it for sure. I was gonna suggest with this. I feel like when I share videos from Beachbody, they never do well. But that's just me. I feel like I would probably try to download it and upload it myself instead of sharing it. But
Mm.
I don't know. That's how it works for me. So I think I probably can't see a lot of your stuff because we're not friends. So I'm gonna add you as a friend.
If you want, I can add you as a friend quickly right now.
Yeah.
You could see everything. Okay.
Did it go through? Okay. There we go. So you got to think about that. That's what people are going to see if they're not friends with you. That's
Yeah.
what they're going to see. And so if your stuff isn't public, so like if you came to my profile and we weren't friends, you'd still see everything that I'm posting. You might not just be
Okay.
able to comment on it. I don't really know how it works. Maybe you can still comment on it too, but because it's private, I can't see a lot of your stuff. So that's
Okay.
why I keep my stuff public, is because people might find you on Instagram and want to see what you're doing on Facebook or vice versa. And if they can't see, if the last post that they saw from you was like 2017 or 2016. And it's like, oh, this person's not active over here, but you know, you are. Like, see, I didn't even see that because it wasn't, I don't know, I guess, I don't know why I didn't see it. I guess because we weren't friends. But yeah, veggies first, right?
Yeah.
So are you going in and messaging these people that have liked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say thank you for liking my post. Are you doing anything about your nutrition? Or we'll have a chit chat. Most of them are my friends, so I already talked to them in general.
Yeah, they watch and see what you're doing for a long time before
I
they.
started doing a lot more Spanish posts lately with the new program that's coming out. I'm trying to see if I do well with that side. I really don't have I don't feel very comfortable speaking in Spanish very much, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, there you go. See, I think the more you do it, obviously, the better you'll get, and then people that do will catch on. You know, they'll start responding to it. I think. Um, that's funny. So, are you sharing your posts from Instagram to Facebook?
Yeah, so everything from Instagram gets shared with Facebook, and that's where I think I fail a lot. I don't go to my business like page and then share it there, or I forget, or I don't have time because I work full time. So it's like I have like that 2 hour window during the day.
Yeah, I think I'd keep doing that to your personal page, but help grow your personal page too. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
if you're keeping it private, people aren't going to see it. You know, Facebook's going to be like, oh, we're not going to show this to anybody in her feed because she's private. If it's public, it'll show to more people, get more eyes on it. Plus, it's like a one-stop shop. If it's going Instagram, Facebook, it's like killing two birds with one stone. I don't know that Facebook penalizes you for or dings you or whatever for linking the two because they own Instagram. So
Mhm.
when you work full time, it's like why not? But I just don't know why it posted twice. Like that's weird. See how it did
Yeah,
that?
actually, I didn't even notice that it posted
It like
twice. That is
posted
very
twice.
weird.
So maybe that's why. Because when you have like back to back posts, so if you post
Mm.
at 10 a.m. or 10 a.m. and then at noon, um, Facebook's going to be like, okay, we got to pick one to favor and put in the news feed. So which one do you want us to, you know, which one should we pick? And then if the algorithm doesn't like work, it's going to drop both of the posts. They're going to compete with each other if that makes sense. So um,
Mm.
that's why it's like 2 posts a day, morning and evening, and simple. Like, you know, this is a lot of pictures. Like if it was an album of like your transformation with your husband, that's one thing. But if it's like a ton of photos, or if it was like a day of your, you know, like I'm thinking of like a party or like a birthday party, like that's cool to have a lot of photos. But for a workout, I'd pick like the best one, like, you know, the thumbs up and be like, we crushed it. Or the one action picture and be like, this move was so hard or whatever, instead of collage or not collaging, but lumping all the photos together, maybe just pick one because I think they all compete with each other, and so Facebook wipes it out, and they're like, okay, we're not going to show any of these because there's too many. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that might help. I don't know. Again, I'm not a pro. Oh,
Uh,
seven.
I'm also a nurse during the day.
Do what?
That post, I'm a nurse during the day, so I
Oh,
also talk
gotcha.
about what I
The
do.
dermatologist. Gotcha. Yeah, I want some Botox. So you wanted my 3-day cleanse. See, I love how you didn't name drop what it is. And yeah, I don't know. And see, same thing with that, like the lumps of pictures. But that was Mother's Day, so that's different. So I don't know. Those are just some tips that I would try with your Instagram and Facebook. Is maybe cut down on how many pictures are going into one post, and then maybe try for a day to see how, like, if you make it public on Facebook, if it gets more eyeballs on it, you know, because you want people to see your journey, you want people to see your stuff. So I mean, I know I was afraid in the beginning to um, make everything public. It just freaked me out. But then I was like, but that's what's going to inspire people. Like that's how I'm going to help people. And if I want to help people, then they have to be able to see my stuff. So try it for a day and see if it works, and if it still is like awkward or, you know, it's not getting traction, and or you
Is
don't feel
there
comfortable.
is there an app where you can post everything into one app and it posts for you?
Ooh, I don't know.
So
That's a good.
like I was saying, I do Instagram, and then I have my Instagram post for me on my Facebook. But then I sometimes am running kind of late and I'm rushing from work or school, whatever it is, and I forget to post on my like page, and that's where I feel like I lack a lot of interaction with people due to the fact that I.
Luisa, it's called Hootsuite, but don't use it.
Oh, okay.
Don't use it only because Facebook now doesn't like any of the third parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they might actually block all the posts or hide them, so nobody will see them.
Oh, okay. Forget it then.
Just saying.
Yeah, so I just continue
But
trying
you
as
can
much as I can.
schedule posts on your like page. You
Oh,
can't do
okay.
that like you can in challenge groups. You know, you can schedule posts. You can do that on your like page too.
Oh,
So you could go in on Sundays and like plan all your posts for the week and schedule
oh,
them, and they'll post. Like I scheduled one tonight for 8:50 because I knew I'd be on the call, and it posts for you. And it's not a third party; it's Facebook. So
yeah.
that's what you could do on your business page, and
Uh-huh.
then do the Instagram, Facebook personal page with the other stuff. Okay, Sonia had a question about, should we use our fitness post more on our business page or post it on our personal and business page? I feel like my fitness posts don't get much interaction on my personal. Um, I, I don't know. I don't know, but what I do is I do share it in both places. But here's what I do. If I share fitness on my like page, then I share like food or family on my personal page. And if I share fitness on my personal page, then I'm going to share family or food on my like page, if that makes sense. I mean, think about the 5 things that you talk about, you know, your 5 things, whether it's fashion, faith, family, friends, fit, whatever it is. And that's how I kind of like interchange them. I also follow the Josh Coates posting schedule that's been talked about on our team. Um, and so that helps me. So if I'm like, okay, today's Tuesday or Wednesday and it's health and fitness posts both times, then I know I can talk about family or food on my personal page because I'm going to talk about fitness and health on my like page. And then I have other coaches that literally post the same thing in both places. Like they go to their Facebook like page and post it, copy and paste it on Facebook personal page, and then copy and paste it on Instagram. So I think it's just trial and error. You just kind of have to see what works and what your followers, you know, want to see. I know a lot of my personal page people are my friends, but then a lot of them are people that I've met in my free groups and in my challenge groups. And so I try to keep it less businessy over there and less fitnessy to draw them in with like lifestyle stuff. So me and my husband, or we're building a playground in the backyard, or here's my cute kids, and you know, and then oh, there's fitness, and then back to like, you know, the other stuff that's going on in my life, and then oh, there's nutrition. You might want to be a part of this workshop that we're doing or course or whatever. So that's what I do. But again, there's not one right or wrong way. You just kind of have to figure out what works for you in your schedule, and then what your people want to see, and you know, they'll tell you by liking it or commenting on it, I think. So yeah, cool. Well, I didn't mean for this to get off track with like talking about Facebook. I wanted to reward those that hopped on for a hot seat to kind of help with, you know, Facebook. I know it's been wonky lately, and Instagram's like the it place for building right now. So if you still are on Facebook, just sharing some things that have been working and seeing what other people are doing. But the real point of the call was defining your roles. And so I hope that you'll make your list of 6, you know, share it in the team page so that we can see what you've come up with. And if you have questions, to obviously reach out, we can talk through it. But yeah, take action on that. And don't forget to post on the Ring the Bell if you're doing that contest. Enter yourself twice for being on the team call. And I will see you guys in the group. Thanks for hopping on tonight. I hope it was helpful, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.